Who that tonight? Man, I got a lot of feeling. I got a good feeling about the Saints tonight. But I will go ahead and say this: they've been rooking me this year. I mean, they've been rooking me for the past 2 years. I should know better not to bet them motherfuckers. But look, it's where I'm from, man. I'm Cajun. They say don't ever bet who you love or who you grew up with. Well, I'm guilty of it, but the astrology shows something very, very unique in tonight's matchup. So I'm gonna bring y'all to the screen. I'm gonna share my screen. All righty. All right, look. So we got Dallas as a little favorite. I think what 2.5. I think they are. So Dallas, even though they're playing in New Orleans, is gonna be that they're the favorite. So they're gonna take the position of the ascendant, which is going to be Aries at 7:20 this evening in New Orleans. Who is the ruler of Aries? Mars. Mars is in the sixth house. That's a good position for Mars. For a malefic, which is Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, and Mars. You want to have usually those malefics in houses 3, 6, 10, and 11, I think it is. It's called Upachaya houses in Vedic astrology, but that's neither here or there. So that's not a decent position. The only bad thing about it is it's in a neutral dignity because Mars and Mercury aren't considered friends. Mars considers Mercury an enemy, but Mercury considers Mars as neutral. It's one of they might be both enemies. I just know that Mars and Virgo isn't a good position as far as dignity wise for Mars. So okay, that's good and everything. We're just going over the game chart right now. We're not looking at coach's chart. So we look 7 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at this loaded house in Libra. Not only is this the zodiac sign that's representing Sean Payton and the Saints as the underdog, there's a 4-planet stellium in it, which is 3 or more planets in it. That is huge. And not only is this 3 planets and the 10th Lord in the first house, which is Moon, he has Venus in his own house, right on the ascendant, the 1-7 axis. Look, 1914 is the exact degrees of the rising sign. Look at Venus on the bottom. 1911. So you got Venus in its own house with the 10th Lord and the 11th Lord and the 9th Lord in the first house. They're all basically benefics. Besides the sun, it's a mild malefic. This is a very, very fucking strong chart right here. You know, it's one thing to have Venus, you know, in our own house in a chart like this, but when it's 19, it's smack dab on the 1-7 axis. That is very, very, very interesting. And I remember when I first started doing this, LSU was playing Texas A&M in basketball, and it was the same deal. Everybody expected the Aggies to blow LSU out. Well, LSU went up there to fucking College Station and tore their ass up. And why? Because it was the same kind of alignment, just like this, except for the fact that it was Jupiter. So I'm pretty confident in saying this is an advantage for the Saints right now. Okay. So we go to the Navamsha. What is the Navamsha? I go in this over all of my videos. It's a derivative of the birth chart. You know, you take each zodiac sign and you divide it by 3 degrees, and basically each zodiac sign will go into Aries 9 times. It'll do that all across the zodiac. Okay, so we go here. We see Mars is going to drop down for Virgo. Virgo becomes the ascendant for the D9 chart. We don't have any planet. Well, we might. Hold up. Yeah, we don't have any planets on the cusp of these of this house right here. But you look where Venus is at. 22. Venus is on the third and the seventh cusp again, and it's exalting. So now you got you got evidence backing this up that this Venus is really fucking strong for the Saints. Okay, it's on the cusp of the D9, reinforcing the strength of it in the birth chart. All right, and look at his third house. It'll be the ninth for his. So what I'm looking at is Venus right here. Venus is the kicker because it represents Sean Payton and the Saints, and it's a night game, so that's also positive. Mars will be acting well for the Cowboys too. It should be because it's a night game. They have certain planets that do better in the sun during the day, and they have certain planets that do better in the night. Okay, now that we kind of wrapped up this oh, we also have Saturn on the 10th too. there's planets all on the cusp of this game. But let's go to Sean Payton's chart. Now, using well, we'll do Jason Garrett first. Now look what he has in Aries, because we take the game chart, which is Aries 1914, and we overlay it against Jason Garrett's. Right. So he has Mars, which is the ascended Lord, and he has Sun, which is that's very, very potent right here, all right? And it's about 5 degrees away from the ascendant. Okay. So that's a good. You know, this is going to be a tough game, man. It shouldn't be a blowout. But from here, you see, you got the 12th. The 10th Lord, which is very important, Saturn in the 12th house. That's not good. You know, that's where Saturn comes out. That's not good for him. Okay. You go to his Navamsha. Where is Mars here? In the 12th house from Virgo. So you got two strikes. You got Saturn in the 12th. You got Mars in the 12th and D9 when you overlay it. That's that. Even though his Mars is strong, you're gonna have some difficulties with this Saturn and Mars in the 12th house. Okay, that's how it lines up for tonight's game. Okay, we gotta use Aries and Libra as the game chart ascendant descendant axis, and the Navamsha would be Virgo and Pisces. Flip to Sean Payton. Now we go to Libra. Look where Libra's at in the 5th house with Saturn. It's a very strong position. So we already have a Saturn-Venus connection, because for Saturn, not Saturn signs, which is Aquarius and Capricorn, the natural 10th and 9th houses of the zodiac, Libra and Taurus becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. They call it a Yoga Karaka. That means the same planet owns a trinal house and squares. That's very good. In Indian astrology, they call that a Raj Yoga. So we're already seeing that the Raj Yoga is right here in the 5th house. You got the 1st and the 5th Lord and the 1st and the 4th Lord right here within its own sign. So Venus is okay. But look, when you come down here, we go to Virgo. Look where his Mars and Mercury is at. Okay. Granted, Venus comes over here into the 4th. His Mercury, his 10th Lord, is in the 10th. With Mars. Now you see, but for this is going to be a little knock on the Saints. So this Mars right here in Gemini may represent a turnover or something like that. Sean Payton, he'll also have Sun opposing his Sun conjunct Venus and opposing Mars and Jupiter. all in all, um, I just feel that with this Venus, it being right on the cusp like that, and it being exalted um, in in the game chart, the bomb ship on the descendant ascendant axis again, it's gonna propel the Saints to victory, and that's my little analysis on this, man. It should be a close game. It should be a good game, but I think the Saints pull this one out. They also have two more matchups. The Rams, I think the Bucks are gonna cover. Bruce Arians, probably a little salty. You know, he came out of that division before coming to Tampa, and I think he's gonna show up with a little chip on his shoulder, especially after that embarrassment last week with the Giants. And the Bills and the Patriots, man, that fucking Bills defense is something else. And look, these charts are pretty much all, well, not this one because this one's at 7 o'clock, but those 12 o'clock games are mostly the same. And they got their cover. I just think that they'll cover both these two of the top teams, you know, the Patriots and the Rams. They're going to have their work cut out for them today. So I just wanted to kind of show you that how strong Libra is for the Saints. I mean, this is very, very strong, man. You know, if I come and tell you that it's a fucking lock, like most of these clowns do, it's kind of like, you know, trading any trader or anything that tells you their analysis is 100% guaranteed money or a fucking liar. So it's all about probability, and it's no different with astrology right here. When you have a confluence of factors line up to support each other, the chances of it happening, manifesting, is it's higher than average. I guess you could say, or whatever. It makes you feel confident enough to back that decision. So anyway, here's what it is. Venus and the Saints. Who dat?